What up? You already know the vibe. It's your boy M City.
And your girl Tiffany V.
And this is Her One. It's our podcast. Tap in. Thank you. We welcome you to the podcast. Dopest shit on earth. Juicy topics. Funny. Since we do it all. You heard? So what we getting into today, Tiff?
Yeah, we're going to jump right into it. Tonight's topic is about trust issues.
Issues.
Basically,
trust issues.
You done it?
I don't know.
Sing the night?
Not yet.
All
A
right.
little bit.
Basically, where do they come from? How do we overcome them? And can a relationship last if there's no trust? So let's start off with the first one. Where do you think trust issues stem from in a relationship?
Numerous things.
Yeah, definitely.
Some can come from baggage from their past relationship.
That's definitely
You know what I
true.
mean? A lot of times, people come into a new relationship and they're kind of not, I don't want to say judging the person off their last relationship, but they're comparing. If someone do something like that's a sign or familiar to their last situation, then it's oh, you might be doing that.
Yeah, they're getting punished for the last person's mistakes, and they haven't even messed up yet. Like that's not fair, but it happens a lot. Like people come in and they got a clean slate, and they'll do something that looks similar to a pattern they've seen before, and the other person, it reverts back. That trauma, takes them back.
Well, what would you say to someone who does that? How do they overcome those things, or do they stay with a person that has baggage from their previous relationship? How do they deal with that?
First, you have to acknowledge that that's what you're doing. A lot of people, they'll be projecting from a personal issue, some trauma they went through, and they don't even know it. They blaming the other person. They put it on them, and the whole time it's you and what's going on in your mind. You have to acknowledge that first, I think. And then once you do that, I guess the next step is, communication, like working towards gaining that trust with the other person, them explaining to you maybe whatever it is that makes you feel secure, I guess. Like you have to ask the person if they can do that for you. Like whatever, maybe it's like giving a phone password or let me know your whereabouts, certain things like that. If they can do that for you and make you feel secure, that helps. And also giving them the benefit of the doubt, like knowing like, all right, maybe it's in my head sometimes. I don't have to overreact. I don't have to trip out. Like sometimes
Yes.
It's just me. I can
Yes.
chill out.
So basically, I agree. I think it comes with reassuring someone.
Yes, definitely. Reassurance.
Like if you know someone you're dealing with has these issues, if you're on the outside looking in and you really want to be with that person, because again, it takes a lot. It's not gonna be easy. So you gotta really, really, some people don't want to deal with that, and it's understandable.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's
especially if you
understandable.
haven't done anything to that person and they come like this to you. Like I'm not dealing with that. Like I haven't even been that person to you. I've been loyal to you, and you accusing me of stuff because your mind is messed up. Like that's not fair to me. But some people, if you love them enough, they work through that. They'll work with you. Like
Yes, and it's not their fault. To the people, because mental health is a thing, and it's not their fault. If you have trust issues, it's not your fault. It's not like we're penalized and say you're a bad person because you have trust issues.
No,
No,
of course not, yeah.
It's a thing that you went through trauma, and sometimes that trauma, you don't want to be this person. You don't want to be like, oh, whatever you're doing, but you can't help yourself.
That is like, and how hard it is to trust someone after you've seen things, even if it was the person you were with and they cheated. How hard it is to get past that. Like I swear, they gave the example like when you drop a glass on the floor, you try to put it back together. That's like trying to rebuild trust. It's never the same.
Yes.
Once you break it, it's never the same. You can go to a different space in your relationship, maybe a new space, but it'll never be how it was like prior to that cheating. So it's a process. It's never the same. So
Trust issues can come from your childhood. Like,
definitely.
like,
you can see their parents cheat or their parents have affairs or, whoever, like on things on TV, like or as a child growing up and you think that that's what's out there, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, it starts a bad tone. I think it starts, honestly, with a lot of people in their childhood.
Yes.
Like seeing their parents or that's a lot of ways why we base how we treat our significant other. Like we base it off how maybe our mom is a single mom, so we think like, oh, well, she can raise the kids by herself. Like we base a lot of things off of what we've seen. Like it's a reflection of us.
Yeah, nobody wants to feel used.
No.
And sometimes you coming into this thing with your heart. And if you, as a child, if you see your mom do certain things, like I seen someone in my family with men, and they used the man.
Yeah, and how did that affect you?
Plenty of times. So I grew up like, listen, women ain't shit. You know what I mean? And then I came across and I had to learn that all women ain't this. And sometimes the people you idolize, they do certain things and they could bring that trauma on you because you look at them like they could do no wrong. But in all actuality, when you see this, you realize as you get older, you're wrong. Your first step of teaching comes from your parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they don't have it right, and it's not their fault, but if they don't have it right,
maybe they didn't see it. Like
exactly.
everybody, it's a generational thing. I swear that shit is needed.
Like disloyalty with friends. You might have had a friend, growing up, and they might have, as a kid, little stuff like they may have stole your girlfriend. As a kid, and now you
don't trust friends.
Now you don't trust friends. Like, nah, every little thing.
Your friends away from your girlfriend.
I gotta keep them close.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've heard this a few times from like my mom telling her sister or younger cousins in the house, like, oh, make sure you don't have girls around your man.
No, literally. That was a thing my mom said growing up. Like, make sure you don't have your friends around your boyfriends. Watch them. Like, that's your man. Keep them to yourself. And it's like, all right, Ma. And she wasn't always wrong. That's the thing. It is some people you have to watch out for, but it put that thing in my mind that, like, all right, I can't trust females around my man. Friends or not. Like, you never know. Like, it set the tone with me, that kind of thing.
And that's not always a thing. Again, It's in your mind because the parenting came from that.
Yeah,
so now your friend is probably don't get me wrong, there's women out there that do snake and connive and stuff. But there's some women who actually aren't like that, and they're cool, like you introduce me.
And they would never, like,
yo, you introduce me, oh, this is my man, this is my husband, and they be like, oh, okay, and they treat you like, yo, you my brother-in-law because this is my friend, this is like my sister, and it's really a thing. And that's how planning comes, like your birthday coming and something like that, and she could hit me and be like, listen, her birthday's coming, you're doing something, because I was going to do something, and we get everybody together and plan things together without the significant other thinking like, oh, which I was doing. Oh, I don't know.
That is so rare, I feel like, these days. Like, people would just look at that like it's something going on. You can't see it, with a clear vision. Like, you have to look at it as something sneaky going on, and it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
But we're all tainted. Do you think a relationship can last with broken trust?
I believe so. Only if two people are willing to do what it takes to get through that, to put the pieces together.
See, I think
I can't say
I get what you're saying, but I feel
over.
like it's a no for me. Like, it can't last with broken trust. I get working towards it. Only lasts if you can get on the other side. If you can get to the part where I can trust you again. If I can't trust you, we're gonna be living in a battlefield. Because everything you do is gonna trigger me. Everything that you say, I'm gonna take it the wrong way. Everything is just gonna be a mess. Like, we can't work like that. If I have to watch my back, I have to think, I have to look at your phone, I have to sneak around, I have to ask a million questions, like, it's gonna drive me crazy. Like, I can't,
Yes, broken.
Like,
it's gonna.
It'll last, but it'll be toxic, and that's not,
It will be frustrating. I've seen people, again, my grandmother said one time, other people that's married, people that were that's married in my family that's been together 30 years and 25 years, they tell you this. They'd be like, listen, I've been with my husband 30 years. All the 30 years wasn't good. It's been broken trust. Things happen. He done cheated. He forgave. You gotta learn to love that person again, and that's why that's the only reason I believe in it purposely. What do I want to ever get to that space? Hell no, because I feel like, and I don't believe in there's no such thing as a mistake. When you like cheat or do anything,
the only mistake is you got caught.
Yes,
you meant what you did.
You
didn't mean to get caught.
Hell yeah, I agree. To lose someone's trust, you did it purposely. So now,
because it means so much. It's like, it's intimate. You're touching someone. You're giving someone a part of you that was supposed to belong to me. Like how do I come back from that? I don't know. Like, it's just it's so damaging.
And you should never want your significant other.
It'll drive you crazy.
To look at you that way. Like they when you first meet somebody or y'all in a relationship.
Because there's steps to that. Like, you didn't just get with this person and it was, 1, 2, 3. It was things led up to that. At no point did you stop and think like, yo, what am I doing? Like, I love this person I have at home. Like, I know it's not perfect, but I don't ever want her to think that I touched another person. I was disloyal. Like, you went through those stages and got to that point, and not once did the love you have for that person stop you. Like, That's what I think. Like, I know in my mind, I'd be like, yo, like at no point. But when you took the sneakers off, when you walked in the door, when you turned the light off, you was like, it didn't click to be like, nah, I could stop right now. You went the whole mile and didn't think to stop.
And you're absolutely.
You don't care about me.
That's a fact, and you're absolutely right.
Shit happens, but you don't care about me that much.
You know, I'm sorry. You know, my niggas. Like, listen. But I gotta call a spade because I had to learn and see certain things.
That's what I was gonna say too. When you know better, you do better. Some people, I think they don't know how to love. And I'm gonna take that back when I said that you don't care, because some people do care. They just didn't see the proper way how to love someone, so they think this is okay and I'll be forgiven. I can move on. This is a part of a relationship. Everybody cheats, and they haven't seen an example of someone being loyal, an example of someone loving correctly. They don't know how, and it's not because they don't care about you. It's not because they want to lose you. They just don't know how to love you.
No, they don't. They don't, and not everybody.
You gotta be willing to learn.
Exactly. You gotta learn how to speak to someone in their love language. And I remember me and you be having our conversations, and it's a everybody want, oh, I want the Jay-Z and Beyonce relationship. I want a Lil Durk in this relationship. I want a Rihanna for a relationship. Behind closed doors, these people, I'm sure, have their situations. Before ASAP was walking Rihanna down 125th Street, they probably got into 10 arguments while her going through her mood swings.
That's the thing. Instagram,
but nobody sees that.
Social media, social media makes everything look so shiny and perfect, and they show you what they want you to see, and people forget that and get jealous and envious and don't even realize that's just the tip of the iceberg. You don't see what goes on at home behind the scenes. No relationship is perfect. There's not one that does not have flaws. And people forget that, and they get into argument like, oh, well, this person does that for her, and he buys this for his girlfriend, and she do that for her man, and forgets, all right, they got that, but maybe they don't have this that we have. People always love to compare and forget, all right, they got that down pat, but we have this, maybe they don't have that. You stop comparing, because everybody's different. What works for them might not work for us.
That's a fact, and I think also to kind of piggyback off what you said, you have to understand someone's love language, how to speak to them. Sometimes you can't get through the way you might normally get through to people. Yeah. You gotta understand your significant other's love language. People
think that they know what works. It's like some people have this idea that they know a general idea of what women want and how to be with women, and no two women are alike. You could be a great guy. It's not to take away from men. You could be an amazing man, but you can get with a woman and you're not perfect for her. It's something you need to tweak a little bit, and adjust for her in particular. Because you're a great guy, but you're not custom made for me. I need you to change things up to fit me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I believe that.
There's no package, and it's the perfect man in a box, and you got everything every woman wants. No, every woman is different. You have to appease to the women you're with. It's not, you could have been perfect for that last woman or whatever, and this woman, she don't like certain things. We have to make those adjustments.
Yeah, you have to, because you also have to protect, even in a relationship, dealing with the whole trust issue thing, you have to understand if she's going through this, you understand it's a delicate situation. So if you want to be with her, you got to know how to be sensitive. Babe, look, or whatever you say, do things to find out how you can deliver her love language to understand. And also, you got to protect your lady. A lot of this is why the trust issues start. You in a relationship, it's not just I love you, you love me. No, it's more than that. You got to protect my spirit. You got to protect me, how I think. You got to, everything, my loyalty, honor, everything. When I'm out here in these streets, I'm repping for you. I don't want no bitch to ever feel like she got the one up on mine. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Because once that is taken away, or once I do something to violate the trust, you will never look at me the same. I don't give a fuck how many years I do to make up. I will never be that knight in shining armor like I once was. The damage is
done. I can forgive you, I can move on, but I can't forget.
That's a fact.
That's the thing. We went through it, we experienced it, and now we're on the other side of it. But it's never going to be what it was before that. It's impossible.
Thanks for coming through. Thanks for vibing with us. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube page. Go follow on the Instagram. Oh, email us. You know what I mean? Again, hit us up.
Send those questions in. We want to get some more topics, juicy ones, interesting ones, the serious ones, the fun ones. Send them all in. We need the topics, okay, guys?
Tiff reads all the emails. I'm telling you. Check. Listen, if you want to ask her a question to ask me, she gonna do all of that. You notice I said ask her a question to ask me, because She don't play none of
Go
that
through
shit.
me to get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's how shit go.
Ain't no direct
You know what I mean?
contact.
Around here, happy wife, happy life. She said she don't really believe that. She said she believed the other version. That was good. She trying to spice me up a little bit. But we in the building, man. Tap in. Thanks for checking with us tonight.
Good night.
Worse.